Hi guys, welcome back. So, bringing you something a little bit different today. It's actually a 1v1 game that has been submitted by Sin of Wrath, who's a subscriber to the channel, and he's also on my new Discord channel, which you can find in the description below should you wish to join. But he's submitted the game via Discord, and he was just wanted to show me that he's been practicing the 21 population Archer Rush build order, and it's pretty good job, if I do say so myself. He's done really well with it. So we'll see how this game goes. I did have a very quick run through before, just looking at how long the game was and stuff like that. So I do kind of know what's coming a little bit, but not too much because I wasn't paying that much attention. So we'll look into it in a bit more detail. So I think, looking by the way that Sin of Wrath plays, and also how the opponent plays, I'm guessing, I might be wrong, sorry if I am and I offend you, I'm guessing it's about 900 to 1000 elo, and that's purely because of feudal age upgrade time that I saw. It was a couple of minutes later than it perhaps should have been, but apart from that, the actual micro side of things seemed to be pretty decent from what I saw. But you'll be able to have a look yourself and make a judgment. But obviously a little bit sloppy there with the sheep. It's just sort of costed him a little bit of time there. So a few things to work on. Obviously that's just led to him having quite a bit of time as idle, so the town centre's not producing anything. What you could do in that instance would have been just to gather enough food to then just sort of right click on the town centre and drop it off and carry on collecting from the sheep again, just so you could have got another villager on the go. But scouting is pretty decent. He's certainly making sure he's scouting around the whole map, or his whole immediate area. And looking at the map, it's okay. It's certainly wallable, sort of along these wood lines and across down to this cliff. So quite a nice wallable map, which is really nice. It's got the back gold and the back stone. The berries are at the back, so they're all quite protected. It's even got deer fairly close to the mill, which is good. Generally, I think, you know, a little bit of work on the placements here. These would be good. So generally the rule of thumb is to try and get your lumber camp up against the wood line. So you could have probably put it here, so then it's sort of up against all of these trees, and then the villagers will just sort of cut the way in via that way, and it's just a little bit more productive, I suppose, because you're not having to refresh your lumber camp as often as you will do in that situation. And the mill could probably have been placed here because you're going to struggle to get farms around there because of the house placements. If you knew about the deer as well, you could have actually put the mill around here, so then there's not quite so much of a distance to go from the deer to the mill as well, which would have been pretty decent. So just going around scouting the map, I think, at this point, trying to find where the enemy is, which as you can see, not actually very far off. Not very far off at all. So we'll have a look at Sin of Wrath. Not Sin of Wrath, sorry, Sam17, the green player. Looks to be doing alright. Looks as though it's a fairly solid build order. I can't quite figure out which one he's going for yet, but it doesn't look too bad. But if we just have a look at the villager count, so Sin of Wrath is slightly ahead, so it's got 2 villager lead now, and the green player looks like he's got a bit of idle time. Actually, perhaps not got a build order because the berries should be up by now, and he's got both of the boar in, so it could be that that's slowed him down a little bit, to be honest. But is he going to pick off the scout? Yes, he does. He picks the scout, and he's sending a villager forward. So he is Goths, and he's going for a very early barracks. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there. It looks as though there's potentially a drush coming. although he's not picked up any gold yet, so whether he'll do that with that villager on the way back, you never know, you never know. It might be man-at-arms that he's going for, so he might just be getting the barracks in place so he can get the militia on the go, and then pick up that bit of gold on the way back, although he will need to have a mining camp if he's going for men-at-arms, so I'm not quite sure. But the red player, Sin of Wrath, is now on his way up to the feudal age. Really, you should be almost getting into the feudal age at this point, right about now, roughly, is the time you should be hitting feudal age, perhaps this sort of time, with a 21 population build order, so a little bit of practice will make perfect. A couple of idle villages there just slowing things down a little bit, and I would probably say those villagers could have done with going over to the gold a little bit sooner than that, but on the whole it's doing alright. It's got the build order down pretty well. It's doing what he should be doing, which is good, so we'll see how it goes. But I mean, he's got quite a good lead over the green player in terms of research time, so he's definitely going to get up there quicker, and it doesn't seem as though the green player is actually started making a militia at this point, so I'm not sure what the point of doing that was. He certainly needs to make a mining camp. They've got quite a long way to walk to and fro from the town centre, but he obviously hasn't quite got enough wood to do it. He has now, but he didn't at the time. But just going back to Sin of Wrath, as you can see, the barracks is on its way up. It was perhaps a little bit late, but still, it's there. It's not doing too badly, and you can get the first archery range down, and in comes the second archery range as well. So he's actually got enough wood to be able to get the blacksmith down as well at this point, which is fantastic. So that's exactly what you want to be doing, and getting fletching on the way. So I'm pretty sure once these two ranges are up, that's what he will do. Just a bit of a shame really that he lost his scout, because he could have scouted out where the main enemy resources were and where he was collecting them from. I mean, at least he knows where the gold is. And I think that's a straggler tree, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a straggler tree. So he doesn't know where the berries or the wood lines are, unfortunately. So it's going to be a case of just going to have to wing it, I think. But as we can see, the ranges are up. Could just housed, which has just slowed him down a little bit. But the blacksmith's up, fletching's coming in, so he's doing a really good job of this so far. Just got to work on the houses. It's quite hard to sort of get the balance right, I think, sometimes with the houses. But you're pretty much in a situation now where you can just keep on building houses with this one villager, and just keep going. Now there are some holes in these walls, so I did notice that before. You did wall up really well on the hole, however pretty sure there's a hole there, and I think there may be a hole around there as well. Not that you can see it, but I'm pretty sure there's one there between the barracks and the rangers. But the archers are coming out now. Probably best to just garrison them on the hill. That's clever. So garrison them, or send them over to the gather point on the hill, so they've got a bit of a hill bonus. So militia have come out for the green player. I expect it's going to be going for men at arms eventually. Not there's so much with it at this point, but quite a decent villager lead for Sin of Wrath now, and is getting quite a decent amount of archers together as well. And they have got fletching, and men at arms upgrade is now coming in for the green player. Just passing, just walking past. And he's coming back now, so a little bit of micro to do, I think, here for Sin of Wrath. Try and kill these militia. But luckily they're going to go down before men at arms. Men at arms has just come in, but he's pretty much ahead of everything. Loses a couple of his archers, but overall he's come out on top of that pretty well. So it still has a villager lead. It looks as though there's been a fair bit of idle time between the both town centres, because that villager count hasn't moved, certainly with the green player. He's yeah, just not paying attention. I think he's starting to panic because he's got some archers on him. But he's trying to get walled up. A little bit late for doing the walls, especially as the enemy is already in your base. right thinking in terms of getting the archery range down and getting some skirmishes on the go. That was a good move from him. But as you can see, it's just in the woodline now. Did manage to find it and is picking off some villagers for fun. As you can see, there's more and more archers coming out. Quite a nice long trail, so it's doing a pretty good job of maintaining that production. And as you can see, his micro is not too bad. Look, hit and run, hit and run. Which is what made me think he was perhaps 900 to 1000 elo. Just because his micro seemed pretty on point, but he did tell me he used to be a StarCraft player, so that's potentially where he's picked that up from. But yeah, micro is pretty good there. As you can see, he's got quite a nice mass of archers together now, and you can see that quite easily they can take out the skirmishers once you get a mass of them together. You've got your upgrades in. Let's just have a look at his resources. So he is housed again, but he's got plenty of resources in the bank. He could potentially, if he really wanted to, get the padded armor upgrade. Yeah, here we go. He's getting the houses built. Probably, to be honest, easiest way would have been to go down here and then just along here, because then you've secured that as well. Because I believe, from what I can remember, you go just keep on going up there. But probably down there and across there would have been better. But on the whole, doing pretty decent. The economy looks okay. He's getting plenty of farms down now. You've probably got enough resources to afford to get horse collar. I don't think I really mentioned it in the video of the build order, but it is quite a good one to get, just because it gives you a bit of a stronger economy when you get into the castle age, really. So it does take a few minutes for it to actually be of any benefit, but yeah, it's just picking off villagers for fun here, and more archers coming in. They're making it look easy, making it look easy. Totally dominating this game. But it just shows how effective this build order can be, and certainly in terms of being able to pick off skirmishers, it can be pretty decent as well if you've been able to get on top of them and kill them off like that. So he's just having to back away now because he's losing a few archers to that tower. But villager count 14 for the green player now, and 33 for Sin of Wrath. So I think we know which direction this is going in. It's just been total domination by Sin of Wrath. So that's my boy. So pleased with that. It's doing me proud with this build order. I think it's just I think it's got a lot of potential to improve at the game, definitely. It just needs to, I think the biggest thing was just economy management whilst it's doing the build order, and just making sure there's not the odd villager there idle, and make sure they're all doing something and keeping the town centre going, which now that he's got the build order out of the way and he's on top of the game, he's got he's in full swing now with that. So it's just whilst you're doing that build order by the look of it. And the green player desperately trying to get up another tower, but he is down to 15 villagers now. So yes, it's just been pure total domination. So Sin of Wrath nearly has enough to get into the castle age. Just wait for the next 5 gold. There we go. Is it going to click up to the castle age? Not yet, but I'm sure it will come. He's he's too busy on the hunt. He's found a golden opportunity to just wipe out Green's economy altogether, and he's taken it. He's taken the advantage there. So 9 villagers to Green, 8 villagers for Green now, 38 for Sin of Wrath. And I'm not sure why Green's not resigned yet. He's obviously expecting a mighty comeback. Let's just have a look at his resources actually. Yeah, he's got 1 food. He's got some gold, plenty of stone. But yeah, there's not really a huge amount you can do at this point. All he's doing is just delaying the inevitable at this point. So yeah, Sin of Wrath doesn't really have much to do, but good idea just to take out the farms, because that just ruins his food economy a little bit more once he does get his villagers out and gathering resources. But again, you can see just how quickly it is to get this mass of archers together with this 21 population Ethiopian build order. But for those of you who perhaps haven't seen the channel before, do have a little look. There's loads of stuff on the channel where you can learn different build orders, hints and tips on how to improve, such as how to defend in Age of Empires 2 and how to defend against tower rushes, and I think there's probably about 20 different build orders on there at the moment. So do check it out, and as I say, do get involved, do join the Discord server. We've got some opportunities on there that for you to submit your own games, arrange matches between each other, and potentially even you know, have your games against each other and get them featured on the channel, like Sin of Wrath has been able to do with this one. I think Green was doing an okay job with his walls. It was just too late, and I mean his map's pretty bad around this area. There's nowhere to really wall up, is there? Yeah, so it's a bit unlucky with the map, but I can't really say that was the issue. I think Sin of Wrath has just totally dominated the game. So not paying attention at this point, just setting his eco up I think, but those skirmishers are clearing up quite a few of those archers. Let's see how long he waits till he notices. There we go, so quite a few going down, but thankfully he still had such a big mass of archers that he could take the pressure, and more archers come in, and that really is the power of this build order. You can just keep on churning out archers after archers after archers with this one, and you know, once you've got a good mass of them together, not even production of skirmishers can save you, unless you've been able to mass loads up as well at the same time. So if you're able to keep on top of them and pick off the skirmishers through a bit of micro, you're generally going to win. Hopefully you've enjoyed this content though, and if you have, by all means do hit the subscribe button, and as I say, do check the channel out for build orders and look at ways that you can improve. This is certainly one that Sin of Wrath has learned from the channel and is beautifully put it into practice. So hopefully you guys can do the same. Let me know in the comments which your favourite build order is, or favourite strategy to go for, what your favourite civ is. That'd be pretty good, I'd be interested to know. And if you've also got any requests for any further content or build orders for the channel that you'd like to see, again do let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I've got I think someone wants to see the Korean tower rush at the moment, so that's the next build order tutorial that will be coming out. But Green's up to 10 villagers now, and calls the GG. So he sees the crossbowman, he knows there's nothing he can do at this point. He's all, you know, he's boxed in. The only entrance to, or the only way of escape out of his town is through this area, which is totally blocked off with the crossbows. But that's it guys, hope you enjoyed this one. As I say, do join the Discord and send in your own games to be featured on the channel. Do check out the build orders, and I'll see you on the next one.